Hello and good evening, everybody. Hopefully, everything is going live. We'll be checking everything in just a moment here as we are getting rocking and rolling, ready to get things going for another exciting episode of Switch It Up. I am Gary, your host here on Rocksolid Productions, and each and every week, for the most part, we go over the new releases on the Nintendo eShop, and there's a lot this week. Some weeks they have more than others. We have a lot of different episodes available on the channel for you to check out if you haven't caught some of our earlier episodes. I believe this is episode like 26 or 27, so we have had a whole lot to talk about over the past days, weeks, months of the Nintendo Switch. Basically, what we're going to be talking about tonight, like I mentioned, is the 28 or so different new releases hitting the Nintendo Switch this week. And one thing I want to make sure that I do first and foremost is just that need to do a quick audio check. Make sure everything is coming through exactly as it should be. And everything's looking okay on my end so far. Just got to make one last quick check, and we will be going here. Hopefully we are. There we go. That's what I needed to see. Sorry about the feedback there, but we are going to get rocking and rolling because we have 28 or so different titles to go through this week. If you are here in the chat, make sure that you say hi and let me know that you are here. I definitely want to know that you guys and gals are hanging out and watching too. One thing I need to do real quick is just turn that bad boy off right there. So we are going to get rolling here in just a moment. Again, I know a lot of people are getting ready to come on in. We have a lot of different things to be talking about tonight. Where is that? Sorry, I'm looking to turn off this layer real quick. And it's one of those things where I am getting just a little bit of a lag here on my screen. So, oh, there it was. That's what we need to turn off. Bam, there we go. We have Rex, how you doing? I'm glad to see the one and only Rex the Great is here in the channel. Let me do this here real quick, too. Rax now has special permissions. With great power comes great irresponsibility. Just remember that, my friend. If you guys have not done so yet, I highly recommend that you check out the one and only Rax the Great over on his channel. He has got some really cool stuff rocking and rolling and going on there. We are going to start off this week with 99 Vitas, and this is something that right now is 20% off. It is... Here we get going. It is normally $9.99 on sale for $7.99. And this is the definitive 99 Vitas experience. More stages, more enemies, more game modes. It's a brawler set in a contemporary world that pays tribute to both the classic and new in the gaming industry. Brought to you in a 16-bit pixelated glory, chock full of references to not only gaming but also 80s and 90s pop culture. 99 Vitas takes full advantage of modern-era gameplay mechanics, making it the best of both worlds, but it has nothing to do with Star Trek. There's 11 different playable characters, and you can play up to 4 characters in co-op, both local and online. There's a story arcade remix versus and survival mode, epic boss fights, multiple endings, upgradable skills, combos, and attacks. And the sale price on this guy here ends on November the 27th for 99 Vitas. And that's actually when it comes out, is on the 27th. Also this week coming out is MudRunner American Wilds, and this is $39.99, and it kind of reminds me almost like the farming simulator games, so to speak. But they are considering it to be the ultimate off-road experience. It is the ultimate version of the indie hit Spintires MudRunner, putting players in the driver's seat and daring them to take the charge of incredible all-terrain vehicles venturing across realistic physics-simulated landscapes with only a map and compass as guides. You will have an opportunity to drive more than 30 powerful all-terrain vehicles, including iconic brands such as Western Star, Hummer, and Chevrolet, and equip them with 60 add-ons to suit your mission. Complete your objectives and deliveries across 10 unique sandbox maps and 11 challenge maps set in the untamed landscapes of Siberia and, for the first time in MudRunner, northern USA. Overcome muddy terrain, raging rivers, and other obstacles that all realistically react to the weight and movement of your vehicle, powered by the game's advanced physics engine. Now, this is multi-platform. As you can see, it is out for the PS4 and the Xbox One, and now coming out for the Switch. Also coming out on the 27th, this is This War of Mine, the Complete Edition, and let's check this guy out. And this is $39.99, comes out on the 27th of December. In this War of Mine, you do not play as an elite soldier, rather a group of civilians trying to survive a besieged city, struggling with the lack of food, medicine, and constant danger from snipers and hostile scavenger. The game provides an experience of war seen from an entirely different angle. You'll make life and death decisions driven by your consequences. Try to protect everybody from your shelter or sacrifice them for longer-term survival. During war, there are no good or bad decisions. There's only survival. The sooner you realize that, the better. This is the full version of the base game. It does feature the Anniversary Edition update set full of new characters to interact with, locations to explore, and possible new endings created specifically for the second anniversary of the game. The Little Ones DLC is also included, exploring the hardships of wartime survival as seen through an entirely new perspective, that of a child. TWOM Stories, The Father's Promise, a standalone original tale set in a world of This War of Mine, telling a story of the family's struggles to preserve the last pieces of humanity in times of despair and cruelty. All the upcoming updates will come for free for the Complete Edition owners. Hey, Sean, how you doing? And this is a single-player game, $39.99, comes out on the 27th. Now, this is one, when I saw it, I was really excited about because I just love the overall game, and that is R-Type Dimensions EX. It is 20% off, normally $14.99, on sale for $11.99. And, man, I got to say, this thing looks awesome. Now, if you do have a Super NES, don't forget that you can actually pick up a copy of R-Type Returns from CastleManiaGames.com. Pretty awesome game there, too. This game here looks awesome, I think. It does look a little mobile gamey to me, if that makes sense, if that's even a word. But I think the sprite work looks really crisp, and I do like the going between 2D and 3D type graphics. You do have two-player co-op, which is cool too. First time, I think, really in an R-Type game. So it'd be interesting to see exactly how that changes things up as you go and play. This definitely looks like it is inspired by, the R-Type games of the past, which is a good thing. It's a great series. And for $12 if it's on, or while it's on sale, 1 to 2 player, no online. Of course, it is supporting the Pro Controller, and the sale ends on December the 4th, so you have until next week, Tuesday, to take advantage of that sale price. Horizon Chase Turbo is one that I hear John Riggs talk about a ton. And I think because of that, I'm probably going to end up picking this up because I love racing games anyways. And John and I seem to like a lot of the same games. $19.99, and you do get 100 Nintendo eShop coins. Now, what I do like about this from an animation standpoint is it's not the pixel art type that a lot of systems and games have been going with lately, but it still has kind of a cartoony feel to it. You see the dust and everything behind the cars. Very, it's not pixelated, but again, I almost have to say like mobile gamey. CM Retro has played this. Yeah, I know a lot of people. Like I say, Riggs is a huge fan of this game, Rex. Now, for $20, I kind of wish it was 10 or 15. It reminds me a whole lot of what's the Genesis game I'm thinking of? Not Ridge Racer. That's before Ridge Racer. Not Outdrive either. What am I thinking of? Someone in the chat, let me know. What am I thinking of? Because I don't know what I'm thinking of. Racing game for the Genesis. But that is Horizon Chase Turbo, $19.99, and you do get 100 Nintendo eShop coins. ABZÜ is 10% off, normally $19.99, on sale for $17.99, and you do get 90 Nintendo eShop coins. And the first thing I thought of when I saw the name ABZÜ was, if you guys are familiar with, why am I drawing blanks on names on stuff tonight? Onage Pranks. He has a character named Abdu, and ABZÜ kind of reminded me a little bit of it, but let's check out what ABZÜ is. ABZÜ comes from the artistic mind behind Journey and Flower. It is a beautiful underwater adventure that evokes a dream of diving. Immerse yourself in a vibrant ocean world full of mystery and bursting in color and life. Perform fluid acrobatics as the diver using graceful swimming controls. Discover hundreds of unique species based on real creatures and form a powerful connection with the abundant sea life. Interact with schools of thousands of fish that procedurally respond to you, each other, and predators. Linger in epic seascapes and explore aquatic ecosystems modeled with unprecedented details. Descend into the heart of the ocean. The heart of the ocean? Is this Titanic? Descend into the heart of the ocean where ancient secrets lie forgotten. But beware, dangers lurk in the depths. ABZÜ is from the oldest of mythologies, AB meaning water and ZÜ meaning to know. ABZÜ is the ocean of wisdom. Nerd. This is one of those that it's kind of that Zen experience, but I don't consider this a game. It's more an experience, I guess. It is $17.99 on sale until November the 29th, the day that it actually comes out. This, I would think, if it was a VR game, would actually be pretty neat. Next up, we have Screencheat Unplugged. And let's check that guy out. It is 25% off, normally $12.99, on sale for $9.74 until the 28th of November. And Screencheat is the award-winning split-screen shooter where everyone is invisible, so you have to screen cheat. My daughter hates when I do this when we play games together. But you have to screen cheat to basically be able to shoot someone. Enhanced exclusively for the Nintendo Switch, inspired by the great split-screen shooters of yesteryear, Screencheat Unplugged is a fresh take on the classic couch multiplayer shooter that you know. There's 10 different unique and crazy weapons. You can play how you want and gather your friends and play together using single or dual Joy-Cons. And it features a host of intuitive control schemes no matter what you're playing with. 9 nostalgic game modes, 11 retro-inspired maps. Customize and mutate the maps as well. This is Screencheat Unplugged. And it's one of those where you normally get yelled at if you peek at someone else's screen if you're playing an FPS. This, you kind of have to. Cattails, this one comes out on the 29th as well. No video on this one. And it's $14.99. It's an RPG where you become a cat. That's it. Cattails. Akihabara Feel the Rhythm Remix. This comes out on the 29th. It's normally $7.99, on sale for $6.79, and you do get 34 Nintendo eShop coins. Gabbo Gabbo's here. So this looks like a, either a match 3 or a Tetris puzzler type game with kind of a, techno vibe for the music. I do want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out tonight. I know the weather outside is crappy. At least here in the upper Midwest it is. So Akihabara Feel the Rhythm. It is, like I mentioned, $7.99 normally, on sale for $6.79. And you challenge yourself with intense, fast-paced rhythm gameplay, several original soundtracks, enjoy high-quality art, earn achievements in different game modes, master the beat in Tokyo's own Electric Town. The sale does end on November the 29th. Next up, this is Marion Tavern Story, Patty and the Hungry God. It is $19.99, and you do get 100 Nintendo eShop coins. In an adventure tavern, you run an adventure tavern in a fantasy land with Patty, a turn-based RPG where you cook, eat, collect, fight, and explore. Patty's brother has been possessed by the god of poverty, and the whole family has become poor with huge debt. It's like my life. This is the beginning of Patty's struggle to pay back the debts. Let's open a tavern in Marinia, gather ingredients, and start cooking. Run the adventure tavern how you like. Collect ingredients and cook new dishes above 600. You'll get level ups not by defeating monsters, but by eating food. I can eat food. Train your characters, conquer new dungeons, and aim to get new ingredients through exploration, farming, fishing, and many more ways. This is a single-player game. In Marinia, the Tavern Story. Crimson Keep is kind of neat. This is normally $19.99, 20% off at launch. Comes out on the 29th, $15.99, and you do get 80 Nintendo eShop coins. Hey John, how you doing? In Crimson Keep, you'll descend into the Crimson Keep, an ever-changing labyrinth full of monsters, traps, treasures, but no David Bowie. Discover the sunken remains, too, of an ancient castle and cleanse it of the evil within. Uncover secrets that will bestow great power to you. It could be your only hope of escape. Crimson Keep is an action RPG adventure in which your only hope is to explore, scavenge, and fight for survival. Will you find the mysterious Crimson Keep? Will you escape this terrible place? Or will you be food for the innumerable beasts and horrors that lurk below? Now, the sale does go until December the 6th on Crimson Keep. Now, this next one is there's no video for it. I normally scour YouTube and try to find trailer videos, and the video that I found isn't exactly the same title, but I think this is the right game. And this is Gen Sokyo Defenders. And it is $19.99. You get 100 Nintendo eShop coins, and this blistering shoot-'em-up action meets tactical tower defense as you choose from almost 20 popular characters to stop the fairy onslaught. Take advantage of their unique powers and a selection of tricky traps to freeze, fry, and blow your enemies away. Plus, team up with a friend online and beat the tougher stages you couldn't clear alone. So it is 1 to 2 player, and it does support the Nintendo Online service as well. not the type of game I would normally play, especially with the RPG aspects to it. Just not my thing. Next up is Dexterra Trip, and this is 28% off. What an odd number, 28% off. This comes out on November the 29th and is normally $6.99, on sale for $4.99, and you do get 25 Nintendo eShop coins. And Dexterra Trip is a frenetic, hardcore, and minimalistic, fast-paced action platform game in which your gaming skills will be constantly tested. You can face up to 100 super challenging levels of increasing difficulty, which will have you avoiding death traps, planning your moves, teleporting, shifting gravity, and killing enemies. It features 2 game modes with completely different mechanics, 100 super challenging levels, 2-player co-op and kill 'em all mode, 2-player versus and keep the flow mode, clean and minimalistic visual styles, and a time attack challenge and record keeping. The sale does go until November the 28th. The first thing I thought of when I saw this was Pong for some reason. It just kind of reminded me of Pong. Now, I will say from a music standpoint, it's, music's neat, but not my cup of tea as far as that goes. Now, this next game looks pretty dang neat. If I could there we go, get the video to stop. And this is, well, actually, let me phrase that. The one after this next game looks interesting. This next one, I couldn't find a video for. Couldn't find much on it. There's no video here. This is Animal Hunter Z. The best I could tell is that this is you're in a zombie apocalypse, but the zombie virus has infected all the animals. So you have to shoot down the animals and restore peace to an island. Let us see here. We know that the virus infecting the animals can also be transferred to humans. Unfortunately, the only way to protect the island from this plague is to destroy all of the infected animals. They should all be destroyed. Anyone in the chat who knows the reference? Who knows the reference? This is a first-person shooter in which you wipe out infected animals wandering around forest farms and golf courses within the time limits. There is a single play where you can play all 6 missions, normal and hard modes, and there is also a co-op mode and a shooting gallery mode. Normally $9.99, on sale for $7.99 at launch and until November the 29th. Now this next one, this is the one I'm talking about. Stardust Galaxy Warriors Stellar Climax looks awesome. If you're a fan of Ikaruga, I think you would like this game. Let's check it out together. $9.99 comes out on the 29th. Yes, I do think PETA will not be happy with that last game, John. I love the look of the mechs, or whatever you want to call them, in this. It almost reminds me, like I say, of not only Ikaruga, but Section Z meets Ikaruga. Because it's definitely got that bullet hell kind of feel to it. It features local co-op for up to 4 players, 5 wicked player characters with their distinctive special abilities and super weapons, up to 49 unique weapon combinations in addition to different upgrades and power-ups to help you along the way, an extensive and customizable list of game settings where you can play the way you want, a light touch of RPG? No. 10-level campaign with tongue-in-cheek story to tie it all together. You can start the game over with all your toys after beating the campaign, and the new Game Plus mode and an endless gauntlet mode lets you progressively play a harder game that will get harder as you do play. This just looks like a really freaking cool game. Now, it doesn't have like an Ikaruga where you have the, you're invincible against the black or the white depending on the color of your ship. It doesn't have that, but that definitely looks like a super fun shooter. Now, Nari Tower of Shirin. This also comes out on the 29th. It is $9.99. Let's check it out.
Rated everyone.
So, hand-drawn animation, it looks like, which is pretty cool. Cool that you have a couple different gameplay options in here, too. That's not a merchant. A merchant would ask you, what you buying? What you selling? Actually, John, there is a game in here that I was hoping you were going to be here for tonight because it involves coffee. And neither coffee nor RPGs are any good. All right, so that is Nari and the Tower of Shirin. And in this game, it is a charming graphic adventure with adorable characters within a troubled world that is sure to delight people of all ages. You'll enjoy a huge amount of ridiculously cute hand-drawn art. The character sprites and everything looked awesome. Meet tons of charming characters, become absorbed in a captivating story, collect, trade, and combine wacky items, solve brain-teasing puzzles, and enjoy a beautiful soundtrack. It is a single-player action-adventure, and you can definitely see just the details that have gone into the animation in this game. It's pretty neat. It reminds me more of cutscenes drawn together. Might be something worth checking out. Now, Asterix and Obelix XXL2, this comes out on the 29th. And if you're not familiar with these two guys, they are from basically the pages of the funny pages. The pages of the funny pages? I call it the green sheet because back home, the sheet was green.
Peggy 7.
More than 10 years following their last appearance on games, consoles, and PC, Asterix and Obelix are back and in better shape than ever. It's a superb blend of action and adventures for all ages with a winning combination of comedy and brawling. But where has Getafix gone? The long-bearded druid has disappeared after betraying his own people for Julius Caesar. The Gaulish village in uproar. They must find out the truth. Always ready for the fight, Asterix and Obelix are sent to Rome on a mission by their chief, Vital Statistics. There they find a new amusement park, Las Vigum, built by the famous Roman emperor. To what end? What is Getafix hiding? In this game itself, it is a single player. Whether you are a die-hard fan of the Gaulish tribe or just discover their adventures, Asterix and Obelix XXL2 is an incredible game that is enormously fun to play. You can also enjoy the many references to be discovered. It's hard not to love the game's endearing characters and environments. There are special bonuses to be found and new difficulty modes for the more experienced players. So that is Asterix and Obelix. Like I say, they're straight out of the comics. They're really popular actually in Europe, so I can see this being a fun action platformer. Next up is the Professional Farmer Nintendo Switch Edition. It's $39.99. It's the farming simulators, where you can get ready for the rural life. Farming simulator. Farming simulators. I go on. Picture it didn't happen at Castlemania Games. Yeah. Hi, Ryan. Welcome to the stream. Galley Break, this also comes out on the 29th. It is $34.99. Come on. There we go. Galley Break is a varied jump and run with an intensive co-op mode for 2 players, which will demand real teamwork in addition to the right tactics. Especially in the boss battles against huge, unique enemies. Discover a new world and rescue the captured jellies from evil blob. Why do blobs always have to be evil? That's typecasting. It's kind of neat the way that everything is set up where the platforms form and everything as you shoot. But that is Galley Break. I don't know that it's worth $35 though. It looks fun, but man, unless there's a lot more here, this is why I think it's really important for developers to have decent trailers, because for a $35 game, you got to show me something. And quite honestly, that didn't show me much. The first tree, this is $9.99. You do get 50 Nintendo eShop coins. Let's check it out. Yep, Rex, you got to be a sponsor. Ryan pays the big bucks.
Are you awake?
It was just a dream.
No, it's okay. Tell me what happened.
I saw a fox looking for her missing cubs.
But what does the fox say?
The lamb told my story.
I'll tell you, first of all, the graphics remind me almost of Wind Waker, just with the cell shading to them.
Led to something ancient. Something with answers. So she ran.
From an animation standpoint, it's a sharp-looking game, and I'm normally not a fan of cell shading. But I still want to know what the hell the fox says.
It's a difficult path to the first tree.
I almost bought Starlink, Ryan, and I didn't.
Including me.
I just, never having played that series before, I just couldn't do it. But that is the first tree, and the story ends at the beginning of life. The first tree is a third-person exploration game centered around 2 parallel stories, a fox trying to find her missing family and a son reconnecting with his estranged father in Alaska. Players take control of the fox on a poignant and beautiful journey that crescendos at the source of life, and perhaps the result is an understanding of death. Along the way, players can uncover artifacts and journeys from the son's life as he becomes intertwined in the fox's journey towards the first tree. This is not a fox simulator, but an emotional, intimate story by a one-man team with an ending you won't soon forget. The fox is going to die. I'm just calling it now. Featuring a gorgeous orchestral soundtrack by acclaimed artists like Message to Bears, Lowercase Noises, and Josh Kramer. I've heard of none of them. A story-driven game, about 2 hours long, with some light puzzle solving, performing, and no enemies. So everybody gets a medal. Got it. But that is the first tree. Next up, on the 30th, just for you, One Up John, Coffee Crisis. Now, for me, the coffee crisis is having coffee everywhere. Okay, so a side-scrolling beat-em-up, almost like a Streets of Rage or a Double Dragon. Ha! You can fight in a baseball field. That's awesome. I mean, my opinion is if the aliens want the coffee, let them take the coffee. We don't need coffee. I haven't played Jet Grind Radio yet, John. Save the Why would I want to save the coffee? Let the coffee die. Nobody needs coffee. Coffee's disgusting. Save the metal. Save the world. Save the coffee. I'm okay for 2 of those 3s. And sometimes I'm only okay with none of those. Single or local co-op play. Heavy metal. Possessed grannies. Dangerous amounts of caffeine. Random modifiers that could make you an invincible killing machine or summon a swarm of raging possessed cowgirls. Let a unique cup of beat-em-up action. Get a unique cup of unique beat-em-up action every time you play. Grab a hot mug and save the world. Nope. Not going to do coffee. Nope. Escape Dude Land. This also comes out on the 30th. Jet Grind was the best representation of cell shading. Wind Waker 2. I didn't like Wind Waker. I have a copy of Jet Grind. I just haven't had a chance to play it yet. This almost reminds me of like old Monty Python drawings. Or there was a level towards the end of one of the Little Big Planets where you had to outrun the enemy that kind of looked like that. It's basically Streets of Rage clone with coffee and aliens. I approve. I'm okay with the Streets of Rage clone. I just don't care about the coffee. The coffee can go. Speaking of going, while you're here, make sure you go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Or you can hit thumbs down. Just hit one of them. I'm good with either or. But that's Escape Dude Land there. Looks like a non-stop runner. Discover unique hand-drawn art style, humorous characters, and a variety of fun gameplay mechanics. Dude Land is a grotesque world created by a piece of paper. It is invaded by Amos, a cruel monster that loves the taste of inhabitants of this land. Each part of the world has a unique atmosphere. You will have to run, jump, swim, and fly to overcome many demanding obstacles. Doodlers are peaceful and brave creatures living in Dude Land. Makes sense. Choose which one you will help to escape. There are no 2 same doodlers. Each one of them looks different and sounds different, but every one of them has one common feature: digestive problems. You can have boosters because the ominous has no mercy. If you are within reach, he will eat you without blinking an eye. Fortunately, doodlers can use their gigantic or gastric problems against him. Just find a match, light your fart, and feel the boost. Silent fart. Holy fart. And if this won't help, just release stinky gases in his face to stun him. This is your last resort. I release stinky gases just for the hell of it. It's 20% off, normally $9.99, on sale for $7.99 until the 29th, and you do get 40 Nintendo eShop coins. Now, Okunuka, this also comes out on the 30th. It is 15% off, normally $15, on sale for $12.75, and I'm actually impressed I was able to say it right. So in Okunuka, heroes don't die, they respawn. It is a super hard platformer game where you play as Ka, an improbable blue fellow who's about to save the world of souls from the evil hands of Oz, who's transforming the inhabitants into machines. It brings the classic old-school run-and-jump platformer hardness to the next level by adding a new insane layer of reflexes needed. Make your way through over 100 levels, insane boss battles, hidden secrets, dark worlds, and countless unlockables. And this is exclusive on the Switch. The sale ends on the 30th, the day it comes out. So basically, it's another reward for going ahead and pre-ordering it. If that's actually representative of the music in the game, it's actually pretty awesome sounding. And again, that is on sale until the 30th of December. I'm sorry, 30th of November. Getting a little ahead of myself there. Now, I Am the Hero. This is $9.99. Comes out on the 30th as well. And this is a pixel art beat-em-up fighting game that tells the story of a hero with a glorious... So wait, would that be Bobby Roode? Glorious! Sorry, wrestling reference there. Has a hero with a glorious but mysterious past. I Am the Hero is a love note to retro gaming, ripped from the fuzzy memories of the developers' childhoods and seasoned with a wild passion for fighting games. If you want a truly modern reinterpretation of classic gaming, then it's the time to join the fate and answer one simple question. Are you the hero? Am I the hero? Are you the hero? It features a single-player campaign with local co-op, fast-moving fluid combat, freestyle combos, trample, juggle, rush, and crush your enemies into submission with your own unique fighting style. Critical blink, and by timing your attacks perfectly, you can unleash massive damage on your foes with the critical blink. That is I Am the Hero, and it comes out on the 30th for $9.99. Harvest Life is $29.99, and this is one of those very, very kiddie games, very simple. It's like Farmville on Facebook from years ago is kind of what it reminds me of. Not that I ever played it, because I avoided that like the plague. It's actually one of the reasons for so long I actually used Google+, because nobody was asking me to fertilize their farm on Google+, because there wasn't anyone on Google+. It's one of those games, again, I think it'll appeal to a younger sort of audience. Now, again, we've got a couple people in here with their own channels. Do me a favor, if you haven't done so yet, head on over to Rax the Great's channel. He's in here. Make sure, Rax, if you want, throw a link to your channel in here. Throw him a subscribe. Give him some love, too. He's a good dude with some awesome content, and definitely someone worthy of checking out. Harvest Life, I'm not sure is worthy of checking out, at least not for me. For $30, I'm okay with this. It is 1 or 2 player. Let's see. Yeah, nothing very in-depth about it here. Now, Super Brothers Swords and Sorcery EP. This is $9.99. Comes out on the 30th, too. And this is actually a game that came out in 2012. I will not fertilize your farm. I will not even put coffee grounds in your dirt. But in Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP, you traverse a mythical little realm, use a sword to do battle, and evoke sorcery to solve mystical musical mysteries. Say that 3 times fast. Experience a video game world that is affected by moon phases and help a wandering warrior monk complete her woeful errand. Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP features an album's worth of original music by noted composer Jim Guthrie, as well as artwork and designs by Super Brothers Inc., crafted and engineered by video game wizards at Campy in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It's not California, it's Canada. This is considered to be an action-adventure RPG. For $10 for 7 best video game music 2011. I mean, yeesh. Next up, we have Secret Files Tunguska. It is $14.99. Comes out on the 30th. It is a point-and-click adventure designed for the Switch and localized into 7 different languages. History meets fiction in a mystery adventure par excellence. That's really terrible English. When Vladimir Kalinkow, a high-ranking scientist looking into the unexplained Tunguska catastrophe from 1908, goes missing, his daughter Nina and his assistant Max are drawn into a conspiracy of epic proportions, chased across the globe by the Russian intelligence apparatus and a zealous secret society. The two adventurers solve mysteries in Germany, Russia, Cuba, China, and even Antarctica. But the more light they shed on the truth, the more they put themselves in danger. This is an interactive mystery thriller with over 12 hours of suspense-laden playing time, 2 playable main characters, dozens of non-playable characters with individual background stories, lots of demanding quests, riddles, and puzzles, more than 100 exciting locations, high-quality graphics with amazing attention to detail, and full voice acting for the local regions too. 2011 on that last game, the swords and whatnot. But the Secret Files Tunguska is $14.99, comes out on the 30th. Last one we have this week, Rock Boscher's Director's Cut DX. This comes out on the 1st of December. My goodness, where did the year go? It is $6.99 normally, on sale for 10% off, so it is $6.29. Let's check out the video. God save the Queen? God save us from bad games. How about that? Queen Victoria has been imprisoned on Mars. That's what it said. Almost looks like Burger Time there a little bit. Burger Time mixed with some Berserk. Yeah, this reminds me of like some Atari stuff. Battle giant monsters and politicians. I always kind of thought they were one and the same. So in this, young Queen Victoria is bored of royal life and is snuck off incognito to go adventuring on Mars. Get your ass to Mars. But oh no, she and her fellow adventurers have been locked up and forced to work the rocky mines deep underground. It features an 1880s-style steampunk twin-stick arcade action. Meet Charles Darwin, dual rogue politicians, and fight against mutated brains. 2 exceedingly retro 8-bit arcade modes. Collect hidden tea, cheese, and jammy scones to unlock bonus arcade games. And the sale of this, ends on the day of its release on December the 1st. So that is all of the releases that we have this week for the Switch in the eShop. For me, the winners really have to be Stardust Galaxy Warriors. Looks really awesome. And just because I love the game itself, any version of it, R-Type Dimensions EX. Hey, John. Another John in here. John Early, how you doing? And I may check out Horizon Chase Turbo, too. I just wish that it wasn't so dang expensive. For $20, I think it's about twice as much as it should be on the Switch. Coming up next week, let's see what we have to look forward to. We have, Monster Boy. This actually looks really exciting. $40. I may actually end up picking up the physical copy of this one here. You do get 200 Nintendo eShop coins, though, if you do order it through the eShop. Gear Club 2 Unlimited, $59.99. It's actually pretty sharp looking. I'll have to check that out next week in next week's edition. What else do we have coming up? Super Smash Brothers, nobody cares. The Genesis Collection. Okay, I know. People care about Smash Brothers. I get it. Don't forget. Coffee what? We don't need no... John, you're smoking crack again. Let's see. Other than that, that's the big ones coming out. Is going to be Smash, obviously, next week. That's pretty much owning the week. The Genesis collection, that's one too for $30. I just don't know if I need these games on yet another platform. I have the cartridges. What do I need that for? But that will wrap it up. Oh, Katamari Damacy Reroll. That's another one that was really awesome back in the day, and you will definitely want to check out. Let me know if you guys have any comments or questions here in the live chat. If you are here, if you are watching after the fact, make sure that you go ahead to... Where is it here? I got to get to it. You can always send us an email over at rocksolidmail@gmail.com. You can visit us over on our Twitter feed. Send us a tweet at RockSolidStudios. We've always got the conversations going over on our Facebook page at facebook.com/RockSolidProductions. And if this is your first time to the channel, welcome. Do me a favor, check out some of the other videos that we have. We posted something up just this morning for the public, earlier in the weekend for our supporters over on Patreon. And you can join us there for as little as $1 a month. You can head on over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/rocksolid. You get early access to all of our videos and exclusive one-on-one content too. You get to help suggest different video topics as well over on our Patreon page. And if you want to help support the channel too, you can do so by heading on over to our Teespring store. On screen right there, we've got t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies featuring the Rock Solid Productions logo on NES, Super NES, and NES cartridges. And I don't know if he's still here or not, but if you guys need any retro gaming gear, make sure you check out my buddy Ryan over at CastleManiaGames.com. All orders $20 and up, you get free standard shipping and handling in the U.S. And on most items on the website, use promo code ROX10. You save 10%. And I don't have a slide for this one. I apologize for that. But if you are looking for any of the 1UP cards, make sure you head on over to 1UP's website. They are running a 50% off promo if you use promo code. Where is it? Let me find it here in my email because I will share it with all of you because it's a really good deal. And Adam from 1UP is a good friend, and I want to help support him because he's got good stuff and will help you out really a lot. Use coupon code BFCM18 and you can get 50% off their game cleaners and console cleaners right there. Prices have never been lower. I actually need to pick up another NES cartridge cleaner. And again, there's your coupon code BFCM18. Head on over to 1UP Card. Let's see, what's his official? 1UpCard.com. There you go. 1UpCard.com. You can save 50% off. I want to apologize for missing out last week. Things have been crazy the last 2 weeks or so. Had a death in the family. Had to go and travel up for the funeral for that. And working in the field that I do, Black Friday online retail is just nuts. And I have been working myself to the bone. We do have more videos coming out later on this week. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you check out our video that went up earlier today. Hyperkin has announced what they are calling the Xbox Classic Pack. And with that, basically, you can reskin your Xbox One X to look like a green Xbox. And it also includes a Duke green controller and 1 month to the Xbox Game Pass as well for $90. We do have that video just posted today. You can play Genesis games online with all your Switch fans. Should direct Rock Solid Productions the movie. John, I am intrigued by your theories and I wish to subscribe to your newsletter. Does anybody like what Zack Snyder did with Batman and Superman? His Wonder Woman was okay. It was all right. It wasn't great, but it was okay. Batman v Superman, I just think they took too long to get to the V part. And the fact that just because, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, just because Batman said Martha, and that's what Superman's mother's name was. Convenient plot twist is convenient. That's all I'm going to say about that. But we're getting back in the swing. I think we only produced 1 or 2 videos last week. I have that I will be editing as soon as I get finished with the stream here. We will be editing our video review of the Carby HDMI adapter for the Nintendo GameCube. Actually works really well. I was very, very happy with how that worked. Also have filmed the review of the Power A enhanced wireless controller for the Switch. Another one that just needs to be edited. And finally, the other one that I'm working on right now is our review of the Hyperkin Mega Retron HD. And basically the reason for the delay on that review is the fact that I've bought 3 different copies of Virtual Racing. I know it works on it. I've talked to a couple other people who have tested out. I know it works. Just to have as complete of a review as possible, I've got 1 more copy coming, and if it doesn't work, well, I'm cutting my losses because it's not a very good game to begin with. The only thing I want it for is just to be able to test for console reviews, but above and beyond that, that is what we are working on now. We've got more stuff coming in the days and weeks as we get closer to the holidays. Don't forget to, I'm going to post it one last time in the stream there. If you want to help support the stream, head on over to our Streamlabs page. Anything you can help or donate will definitely help out in the future of Rocksolid Productions. Our new goal is we're trying to get a DSLR to help improve the quality of our video. Justice League was kind of remind me of the theatrical cut of Superman 2. Just kind of a hot mess of a movie. I actually didn't mind. I know a lot of people didn't like Justice League. I actually didn't even mind Suicide Squad. I thought it was okay for what it was, but part of it is that DC movies are just not as good as Marvel. Don't kill me. It's just true. The Marvel movies just tend to be better. Although Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot, that's all I'm going to say. Oh, speaking of Gal Gadot, she's actually in a movie that we went to go see yesterday, Ralph Wrecks the Internet. Not going to say anything about it as far as the plot or the story or anything. I will say I did have a stupid, cheesy grin on my face throughout most of the movie. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I was actually a little surprised at the beginning that there wasn't the animated short like with The Incredibles 2, but then I remembered it's not a Pixar movie. It's a Disney Animation Studios picture. So you don't get that. You only get that with the Pixar movies. But if you like the original Wreck-It Ralph, I think you'll really like the second one. I thought it was pretty good. A little predictable in spots, couple false finishes, and a little dark in spots too. But it was good. I really dug it. But that is going to do it, unless we've got any other questions here in the live chat. Again, check out, if you haven't done so already, make sure you check out Rax the Great's channel. Check out CastleManiaGames.com. Check out OneUpCard.com. They are all good people who help support the channel. Have got good channels and storefronts themselves. Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Reigns were pretty good, but that seemed like a lifetime ago. I didn't really care for the Dark Knight trilogy. I'll admit my favorite Batman movie is the first Michael Keaton one. Jack Nicholson and Michael Keaton I thought were awesome. That's what I'm going to say about that. We will be back next week with another episode of Switch It Up. We will be talking about Smash Brothers and a whole lot more going live next week. Again, thank you all for joining me on the live stream here tonight. If you've got any comments or questions, we'll hang out for another minute or so. I know there's a little bit of a lag and delay here. And if you are watching this after the fact, please feel free to leave a comment down below. We do respond to each and every one of our comments. Give the video a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe too. That definitely helps the channel grow as we are knocking on the door. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. There's a reason. Just because I can't sing doesn't mean I won't sing. I'm just going to throw that out there. We are knocking on the door of 4,700 subscribers. We're 4 away, so we should be, by the time that morning comes around, we should be to 4,700. So very cool. I appreciate everyone's support on there. Alrighty, guys. Well, we are going to cut you loose for the evening. Class dismissed. I am going to be checked out